Around the age of 7, my parents moved away from St. Louis, like downtown St. Louis area, to Hillsboro, Missouri. And they got about 16 acres and this property here with this barn and some pasture and some trails. And they started buying animals, as well as taking in animals that need homes. And whenever I moved out around the age of 23, I turned vegan. And now I'm 29, almost 30. I moved back in with my parents because I'm a bum. Not really, I work hard, I swear, okay? My life fell apart because of poor choices. And gotta do what you gotta do. But now I'm a vegan, living on a farm. And my parents don't kill the animals here, although there's many things about this farm that make it not vegan. And they have raised like 6 pigs, and they took them to the slaughterhouse. That was like 10 years ago, but still, they did that. Lots of cognitive dissonance on their end, because, you know, they love animals, or they claim they do. I know they have empathy for animals. I know they do care for them, but their cognitive dissonance is very thick. And I can't be the one to explain it to them, because I'm their son that doesn't have his life together and is living with them until I can save up and fix my car and move out. So they're not going to listen to me. So I need all of you guys to no. But yeah, so the couple things about this farm that make it not vegan is, number one, they've bought chicken eggs from hatcheries. Number two, they breed puppies. Number three, that goat. It's all your fault, Sparkles. That's her name, Sparkles. She's actually a really sweet goat. Hey, Sparkles. Sparkles. But yeah, so they breed puppies, and although they're not the normal breeders who just kind of leave them in horrible conditions, they're breeding puppies in a world where I don't believe you should be bringing dogs into existence whenever we have so many homeless dogs. It's not the ethical thing to do, and they're breeding them and selling them for profit. So that's not vegan. Hi, puppies. Here's some of the puppies. See, they're not inside of small cages. They actually live with a lot of room, and they get plenty of love until they sell them for money. So I tried to explain to my parents whenever I first went vegan why it's a moral obligation and why what they're doing is wrong, specifically with the backyard chickens and buying them from hatcheries, and how, you know, they're taking their eggs, and it seems like many of the chickens might want to try to eat their eggs for more nutrition. And I'm not trying to talk crap on my parents or anything. I'm just talking about my situation and my beliefs, and explaining why I'm a vegan who lives on a farm. Well, that's a whole nother story, why I live with my parents, really, but explaining what it's like being a vegan that lives on a farm. But yeah, so whenever I first went vegan, I tried to explain to them my perspective, but I was very angry, and it turned into lots of shouting and yelling, and didn't get anywhere. And I realized very quickly that my parents are not going to listen to me, especially now that the first interaction, or the first couple of interactions I had with them, or the first year of talking to them about veganism, I was very angry, very aggressive, and just stern, and like, what are you horrible people doing? But like very like screaming at them sometimes, because I was just so angry that, I mean, a lot of that was just like resentment and the fact that they think, I've always felt that they never listen to me, and you know, they think that I have no idea what I'm talking about, that I'm the stupid one in the family. I'm the stupid lazy one who is a lesser human being, so why would they listen to me? So that's one reason why I got so angry. The other obvious reason is the ethical issues, and just the fact that they weren't listening to me about it, and it just, you know, it made me feel like, and I still do feel like, it's very selfish on their end too. Even though they care and love for these animals, and they do try their best to give them a good life, the source and the reason why they have these animals is selfish. It's because they like having animals. It's not for the best interest of the animals. And I can't say this to them because they get very defensive. So I need somebody else to say this to them. Or eventually my plan really is to, after I find success and I can move out, then I'll at least maybe be able to convince them to watch documentaries. I have problem pronouncing words, so bear with me. Don't judge me. Documentaries. And maybe some professionals. See if other people will be able to convince them. And until then, you know, it is a blessing to be able to grow up on property with a bunch of animals, and it's aggravating and painful to know where these chickens came from, and to know that these puppies are being bred into existence when other dogs need homes. And it's painful to see my parents look at animals as commodities or something for them to use rather than someone. And it's painful to, you know, experience that they don't realize that that's how they are. And whenever I try to explain this to them, I'm just some tippy-dippy guy who doesn't know what he's talking about and is biased, and I'm the one who is not listening and has my head in the sand, because I'm not accepting that, you know, there's predators in the world, and I'm not accepting that this is how the world works. But I just gotta be patient, and eventually my parents will get so old that they can't take care of these animals, and then I can take over, unless my brother gets it, and then I'm just gonna have to fight my brother to the death for the animals. Oh Lord. Anyway, on a sincere note, have any of you experienced this? Are any of you vegans who have you know, farm, or who lived on a farm, or who have family members who have their own farm? Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this situation? Are you not a vegan and you think I'm wrong and that I need to eat the flesh of an animal? Whatever. Leave a comment down below. For the animals! Woo! It's not stopping.